this episode, we discuss who you should follow in the fitness industry, and you'll find out what I used to eat for breakfast for 9 months straight. Welcome to episode 2 of AskTheLJs. It's Luke and
Lawrence
and a banana. Shout out to Jay Harper and the Be Fast fitness crew in Birmingham. If you're in Birmingham, check them out. He brought this for me. It's a stress banana, and I've been playing with it far too much. So I'm gonna get rid of that for now. And now let's get down to business. Lawrence, first question. Let's go.
First question was from Stuart. Wasn't it?
I
Stuart
know that
Aiken?
name. Is that
Stuart Aiken? I think
Coach Stuart, that
I think
famous
it is.
Scot who got nominated for Best Scottish Personal Trainer of the Year? Didn't win it, but let's just say he was runner-up, even though no one knows who was
Stuart
second.
is one of our coaches at SBS
Stuart Aiken.
and also works for Lift Bar Fitness Mentoring, and asked us a really, really awesome question, which I will paraphrase, but the question will appear. I'm gonna point there. Screenshot coming there.
M-Dog. That's Mitchell's name now, M-Dog. Grenade J or Jamie Alderton has a magic mic. We've got M-Dog. So
If you can think of other names for Mitchell, let us know. We can always change his name, maybe by deed poll. We don't know. But Stuart's question, I'll paraphrase, is how do you decide who to follow in the fitness industry on social media? And there are so many nuances to this question. It's insane.
the first one, I'll start off.
Okay.
Basically, you've got to go round with a tape measure and measure their biceps, and it's less than 20 inches. Just ignore them because they obviously do not lift and do not know what they're talking about.
Ours are 20 inches combined,
So if you,
so that works.
if it's just one of us, don't listen to us.
On a more serious note, it's exceptionally difficult to figure that out. I think Luke and I are both quite lucky in the respect that we're quite well versed in critical thinking and scientific.
We have
thinking.
a degree.
We have degrees, but that
didn't really help me.
No, that doesn't mean we didn't make mistakes in the beginning as well.
Yeah, I was a bro, and this is why I want to do like AskTheLJs, and we haven't just made it exclusive to just training and nutrition, because we're looking at social media, business, all the aspects which a trainer in 2016 onwards need to become a success. Because when I first got into the industry, I was a bro. I'd probably say 99% of people which were starting off in the industry were more on the bro side. So for me, it was eating boiled eggs with paprika and walnuts, maybe some spinach, and it literally gave me a bad relationship with eggs. And that was because I thought carbs in the morning would make me fat and I would end up going into a carb coma. But what I've realised is that I just like a nap during the day. So I think the reason why I wanted to do the show and talk about social media side of things is because the bros do have maybe more marketing experience, because they know that they don't actually know that much about training and nutrition, or they have a team behind them that have a larger budget. So whenever you do start getting into personal training and fitness, they're the ones which are ranking highest. They're the ones with the most followers on Facebook, and like having the most followers on Facebook and Twitter obviously means you know a lot. But when you're starting off in the industry, you end up falling into that trap. So it's a really good question from Stuart. So a few things I look at are, is the stuff they're saying, or if they're writing blogs, actually referenced with some actual credible sources, rather than just referencing their mentor who had 2 inches bigger bicep than them. Do they actually reference some science? And another thing is to look at guys like Alan Aragon, Eric Helms, Mike Zerdos, Brad Schoenfeld, there are a load of names, James Krieger. If there's some names which you can look at. So if you're new to the industry, start looking at their content. And again, you should always question them and what they're putting out on social media. Lyle McDonald as well. Lyle was one of those. So when starting off and you didn't really have that critical thinking mindset, which is why we've got a unit on the academy about that. is, are they questioning, or is what they're saying totally different to the guys which we know do follow the science, which are active researchers, or is it totally off topic? So that would be like a good way, before you've actually started developing the critical mindset and being able to interpret research yourself, is looking at what those guys, which I've just mentioned, have been saying. And that's just probably one little tip. Lawrence, I know you've probably got a few more.
Yeah, I mean, Luke's given some really good names to just go and follow now. And if you see things that are posted that are in kind of opposition to what those guys are saying, then it's probably worth taking a few extra moments to delve into it a little bit more deeply. But kind of taking a step back from that, and in terms of developing that critical thinking mindset, it's really, really easy. You basically, if you think you remember when you were like 3, 4, and you just ran around the house asking, yeah, but why? But why? Yeah, but why?
Why?
Yeah, why? Just ask that. Everything that you see posted by someone, question it. You don't have to call them out on Facebook. That's what we used to do.
Yeah.
But we don't anymore.
No, we're professional now. We have our own TV show.
We have a hat.
And an M-Dog.
But if you just don't be intellectually lazy with stuff. If you don't take things at face value, if you question everything, if you take the time to try and dissect what's being said, why it's being said, and what it's based on, then often you will probably spend hours and hours and hours on the internet researching stuff, because that's the kind of the rabbit hole that leads down. But ultimately, you will become far better read as a result of it. You will start to learn some really good lessons by digging really deep into certain topics. And then find people who are willing to discuss stuff. Join some Facebook groups that are willing to discuss fitness and nutrition. Spend time in those. Spend time around people that know more about it than you do. And yeah, some of those people may give out some information that isn't necessarily correct, or they don't necessarily interpret some of the science correctly or appropriately. But you know what? There's still stuff you can learn from them, even if it's how not to do things. You can just spend time around people more intelligent than you. You'll eventually learn your own biases about who you like learning from and who you don't like learning from. I have some people that I respect fully in terms of they are, very reputable researchers within their field. They publish a lot of research. Their research is by and large pretty good. I just don't like learning from them, either because I find them boring or I disagree with the way that they interpret certain things. And conversely, there are other people that I absolutely love learning from. And I know that, yeah, maybe there are some shortcomings there, but I like learning from them, and I have developed a critical enough mindset to be able to think for myself.
Just before we finish as well, is be open-minded to being wrong, and being wrong is a good thing, because it means you can then be right. So if someone's making black and white claims, or just use your common sense as well. If it sounds too good.
So back in the room, the camera decided to stop recording, which is really great. Back to Stuart's question.
If the claim seems too good to be true, it probably is. And remember, if someone's making a claim, then it's on them in regards to burden of proof to show evidence that supports what they're saying.
What you will see a lot of the time, especially in debates on social media, is that someone will make a claim and someone will challenge that claim, and the person will turn around and go, well, have you got anything to prove me wrong? And that is what's called a logical fallacy. And in debates, that's kind of a big no-no. You don't do that.
Do not do that.
It, like Luke said,
and don't make an ad hominem attack. Basically, approach or thingy the actual claim itself, rather than making it a personal attack on that person.
You can call them an idiot, but what you can't say.
But then you got a straw man argument.
No, what you can't say is your point is wrong because you're an idiot. That is an ad hominem. What an ad hominem is not is just calling someone an idiot. If Luke said something ridiculous to me and I go, you're an idiot, that's not an ad hominem, that's just an insult. Whereas saying that someone is wrong or their point is wrong because they're an idiot or because, and then insert insult here, that's the logical fallacy. But that's a whole nother topic. If someone wants to read into logical fallacies, it's a really interesting topic, I think. But I think we've answered that. So
I hope you like that, Stuart Aiken, sexy Scottish tone.